No, GNPC's interest in cocoa did not start with Valley Farms. We started working with Cocoa Board, and we raised money for imports of crude oil and petroleum products in this country, for this country, on the back of those, arrangements with Cocoa Board, their forward sales and the contracts and so on were the basis on which we were able to raise financing to keep oil flowing, for Ghana's requirements. And so that was really the basis of this relationship also.
So there was some precedence.
There was precedent.
That kind of transaction.
Absolutely. In fact, to this day, as you know, Cocoa Board finances the purchase of the cocoa crop, from raising money outside, syndicated financing, and then paying cocoa farmers for the crop. And that was something that we kind of initiated with Cocoa Board in about 92, thereabouts. And that has continued to this day. I think for Cocoa Board at that time, in terms of the relationship with GNPC, the clear benefit to them was that GNPC was getting CDs from our sales of products to the marketers. So we could also provide CDs to Cocoa Board at a much lower cost than what they would get from going to banks.
Right.
In return, we used the sales that they had made forward of cocoa as collateral to back our financing to import crude oil. It's a very simple, structured finance transaction, and that led us to more interest, because in those days, again, cocoa had been in decline and it was now picking up again. So we were interested in ways in which, the decline was being reversed, such as the Valley Farms project. The Valley Farms project was, in fact, built around previously abandoned cocoa farms, which were now being rehabilitated in order to be used to export more cocoa for the country. So I think people make a whole lot of mystery around, why should GNPC be involved in Valley Farms?
And I think that's the explanation that is good for our viewers as well.
It's a very simple reality that we had to deal with. We had to deal with innovative ways of raising finance, and the relationship with Cocoa Board was one of the things that we did. I remember the banks in London, like Bankers Trust and so on, who got involved with us. They were very excited by the innovative approach that we brought in terms of our relationship with Cocoa Board, providing them lower cost of funds locally, and we also then having the benefit of their contracts to raise a foreign exchange that GNPC needed for importing crude oil for the country's benefit. The crude oil was not imported for my personal benefit.
Cap the view